What can I say? That's why I always stay ready. I'm ready.
Alright, my family, today we're here to talk about my honest opinions on Shinobi Life 2. Now, before I even get into this, guys, obviously this is just my opinion based on CC gameplay. You guys, if you guys go check out the second channel, which you definitely check it out, I got plenty of gameplay. You guys know I fight a lot. I got a lot of combat experience. I box a lot. That's all I do in this game is I try to go box people. You know, so that's the most fun I can do. You know, so that's the funnest thing to me is boxing people. So I do have a lot of experience when it comes to just boxing, you know what I'm saying? Now, I have not played RPG and I have not played Arena, but since Arena just boxing, I have a somewhat good opinion on how Arena is going to be. And RPG, I have no idea how it's going to be, but I mean, I've played the game somewhat, so I can give you some idea and some perspective, and I can give you my thoughts on the game since I have now played it for just about a week now. So without further ado, let's get into it. Also, guys, I had to do a cut right here. I know one big question that a lot of people ask, man, is this just another cash grab? I need to answer this question is, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, but I don't think cash grab is a bad thing per se. For example, I like to bring this up in a lot of my arguments is Fortnite's Battle Royale was a cash grab, you know what I'm saying? But it ended up being one of the biggest games of all time throughout gaming. But that was just a cash grab because the Fortnite Save the World wasn't doing well and Battle Royales were popping. It was a cash grab, guys, and it ended up being the biggest game. So I don't think cash grab is inherently a bad thing. I don't think this is a cheap cash grab. Even if it is, you know, people want to get, I said, even if it is a cash grab, like I said, it's not a cheap cash grab. People want to get paid, you know what I'm saying? People got to work for a living. People got jobs and families to feed, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind people going after their bag. You know, I'm going to be the same way. So if you guys hate cash grab, you're probably going to hate me because I'm after my bag, you know what I'm saying? I don't blame them for being after their bag. Get in your bag, sir. Get in your bag, sir. You feel me? But I don't think it's a cheap cash grab by any means. This is a cash grab. Like I said, it's only something from the side. But I feel like they got some passion behind because they could have released this game a while ago, but they decided to keep, you know, slowly progressing it and testing it and everything like that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I didn't need to do that right here, but yeah, continue on with the video. Now, my opinion on this game is either going to got three options. It's either going to stay the same when the game released. It's either going to get better. My opinion is going to get better in the future, or my opinion is going to get worse in the future. I don't really know what's going to happen because obviously I can't tell the future. I can't determine the future. But yeah. Now, if you don't want to watch this video, you just want to know my opinion right now. Long story short, the game is fun, but it has its flaws. That's the long story short. I can tell you guys the game is fun, but it has its flaws. That's literally that's it for you. That's the end of the video for you. But I'm gonna get into it a little bit more about some things I like, some things I dislike, what I mean about it's fun but it has its flaws. So let's just get into it. Now, the game, from what I've been running, it runs pretty fine. You are gonna have some, I personally had some laggy moments myself. The map is pretty big, but for the most part it runs fairly decent. Like I said, you are gonna have some laggy moments. I'm pretty sure, especially if you're playing on a potato PC, you're gonna have some moments of lag. It's not gonna run perfectly, but what game runs perfectly? But for the most part, it runs on pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no two complaints. Like, I play games that run a lot worse. It for the most part, like I said, I get in some laggy servers, but for the most part, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's another thing, the overall feel of the game. Like when you're moving around, running around, just being in the world feels good. Double dashing, once you get used to the movement, which we'll talk about in a second, like getting used to the game, it feels good. Just moving around the world, the double jumping, the dashing, the wall running, the tree jump. Tree jump actually feels good. I usually not a big fan of their tree jumping, but in this game, tree jumping works really well. It's basically just a better version of their old games, just better. You know what I'm saying? It works basically the same way. You hold space and you jump, but it's just more fluid and it works great. Now let's get into the combat. Now, combat is the biggest thing when it comes to Naruto. KG's elements in combat is one of the biggest things when it comes to Naruto games. Now, what I want to say, this combat is like, it's different, man. It's really different, and it's really honestly gonna take you some time getting used to. What's the word I'm looking for? So like, if you are a NO2 SS2 type player, you're looking for a combat like that, and that's the only combat you're going to accept, this game's probably not going to be for you. Because he's going to be honest with you, it's probably not going to be for you. The boxing is not like that. But if you could take the combat for what it is and actually learn the combat and how it works, learn the little tricks, learn the little intricacies of the combat, it turns out to be a really fun combat system. Like I said, it's not a perfect combat system by any means. It has a lot of cheesy features, but overall the combat is a lot of fun. So encourage you guys to go watch my boy Ethereal video. You guys see like this footage we're watching right now. When we first started, I was training my boy, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't with it at first, you know what I'm saying? First couple of matches, I just straight dogged him because he didn't really know the techniques of the combat. But after like about 4 or 5 matches of me beating him, I started giving him a couple tips like, hey bro, do this, do this, do this. You know what I'm saying? Now we on even footing, bro. We trading matches. I'm winning 1, he winning 1. I'm winning 2, he winning 2. You know, so we going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So once you learn the combat, it's not a hard combat to learn. You just have to learn the little secret tricks of the combats, when to cast, get used to blocking. So blocking is another big thing. A lot of people are going to come to this game and used to ABA insta blocking. You don't have insta blocking in this game. So it feels like you're just so sluggish with your blocking. You're like, I'm blocking. Why is it not blocking? But there's delays in the combat, in the blocking system. You just have to learn the combat. So I'm saying, if you come into it and, like I said, accept the combat for what it is, learn it for what it is, don't try to compare it to another combat system, you'll end up having some fun with it. Now, some things I dislike the combat system, sometimes it just gets too spammy, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like the stun systems just get overbearing, my guy. This is like some jutsus is just annoying. And then the tracking system is okay, but sometimes it's just AIDS, man. Sometimes the tracking system is just OD. You're just tracking everything, man. You know what I mean? It's just like oh my, you guys will definitely see it, like your moves track, and sometimes you like the person ain't got no aim like that and they just be hitting you. So those a lot of times I get very annoyed by the tracking system, but for the most part you can start to get over that. Now, going back to the taijutsu system, there's something you want to know. Like, M1 is weird. Like, I keep going back to cover because this is the major thing that I feel like it's going to throw people off is the combat system, because they're not going to want to learn it and it's just going to feel weird. Like, you track with your combat. When I say get back to the tracking system, you track with your punches. So like, when you see me like turning and going to the player, it's not me moving to the player, it's the game actually me moving to the player. So it's a really interesting system that you just have to get used to. But yeah, that's it for the most part. Like I said, it's a lot of jutsus for RPG gameplay. I do think the fights in the game is going to be very toxic. It's going to be very annoying, really quick. CC fights are a lot of fun because you don't have everything. But when a player has Jin, 3 Kiki Genkais, all the elements, that's gonna get dead really quick. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, it's gonna be dead because the combos are going to be brain dead. Combos are gonna be brain dead. That's another thing. This game is very super combo heavy. It's super. So if you like long combo strings, this game is for you. You got heavy combos in this game. Heavy combos in this game for sure. Now, Arena on the other hand, like I have not played Arena, but I do know it's like to fight with a limited amount of jutsus, and I do know that's the best version of boxing this game when you don't have everything in your arsenal. So I know Arena is going to be a extremely fun experience. And I know I'm going to spend a lot of time on Arena. They're going to be having a ranked Arena with all the characters and stuff like that. So you got a character, they only got like 4 moves of mode and like a weapon spec. So, excuse me. So you don't have just infinite spam of giant AoE moves. You know what I'm saying? Each character is going to be catered to a certain style of gameplay. You're going to have to first find that style of character that you want. So yeah, that's the biggest thing with that, or with combat and everything like that. Now, take it back to the actual RPG system of doing missions. I have not touched missions yet, but it goes back to Shinobi life system. And I know a lot of people love Shinobi life system and then touch a little bit of the NRPG system. You get a KG, you level up the KG. They went away with the Shinobi story style where you gotta like level up and you get points, and you gotta spend points. You gotta be A rank, B rank for all the missions. None of that anymore. So you just roll back as far as like, you just like level up. So you punch some stuff, you get XP. You do some mission, you get XP. Everything gives you EXP. So I feel like a lot of people don't like that because you can punch some laws. If you want to go punch some laws, you can punch some laws. If you want to fight some bosses, you can fight some bosses. You want to do delivery missions, you want to do delivery missions. If you want PvP, you can do PvP. So there's going to be tons of ways of just leveling, and everything is going to get rewarded. You punch something, all your stuff gets rewarded. You know what I'm saying? So I think that aspect of the game is going to be really nice, and just fighting in the game is a lot of fun. Like I said, I know you guys are going to make some AIDS builds. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know there's gonna be some toxic builds out there, but overall, I do think it's a fun experience. Now, the content for the game, it's a lot of content. So many KGs, guys. They got all the gen systems, bro. Gen systems all have their own progression system. There's gen's bosses. There's like there's actual bosses, there's rarities. You have you have like the spawns in the world. You can go flying. You can go find gates, which has its own all the way 8 gate. Each one has a different move. You can go find 7 heavens. You can go find Demon Wind Shirk. You got all these different things that spawn. Odama Rasengan, multi shadow glowing. It's all spawn on rarity, so it's gonna be a lot of things you're gonna be finding in the world. I know a lot, like finding things are just feel like a reward. There's rarities, you know, they have time spawns, you have to be in the world. Similar to Beyond, you know what I'm saying, when things spawn in the world. So I think content wise it's gonna have a lot. Like I don't know how RPG is going to operate, how it's gonna feel the leveling, what's the pace of leveling gonna be be like, and how buggy that's gonna be. I don't know how much they tested. I'm assuming they tested, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know that for myself, so I can't speak on that. But I think content wise and things to do in the game and just overall fun, I think is there, in my personal opinion. Now, how the game is going to do on release, I think the game is going to do well. I don't know how well it's going to do because once again, I don't know how buggy RPG is going to be. If it's no bug, I see this game going to be really good. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's something different. And I think it's fun. Obviously, it's still Shinobi Life and it's Shinobi Life 2, but I think the combat is something different. And I think overall, it's just a fun experience. You know what I'm saying? It's not a perfect game. I don't want you to think going in, this is the most perfect game that you will play. It's the most perfect Naruto experience that you will play. No, I don't think that at all. I think it has its issues. I think it has many flaws that they can definitely improve on over time. But I do overall think it's a fun experience, and I'm personally enjoying the game. You guys see, I'm on this game all day long on CC, and arenas are gonna have this much of my time. RPGs is gonna have this much of my time, and I just think I'm gonna have a good time on this game personally. But yeah, that's about it for me. It's a lot more I can go into details. I mean, a lot more I can talk about as far as like the game, but I want to give you my thoughts on the game and what I think about it, how I feel about it. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be fun. I do not think it's a perfect game. I want to reiterate, I do not think it's a perfect game, but I do think it's a fun game, and I think at the end of the day, that's all that matters.